Ben Anderson went to Rio and reported on the measures the city is taking to reduce its crime rate before the World Cup and the Olympics. This is his debrief.
It's not common to see dead bodies on the streets of Rio. It's very common to see them in the favelas. I was surprised to find one dead body 2 blocks away from Copacabana Beach. It had been shot during a fight the night before, but not discovered until the sun came up. But even though I was surprised to see a body so close to one of the most famous beaches in the world, the residents who were out walking their dogs and getting coffee didn't seem surprised at all. It was very difficult to get everyone to speak on camera. We spent 3 nights hanging out with one drug gang, and we weren't allowed to get our cameras out, just trying to earn their trust. It was incredibly frustrating because we were watching kilos and kilos of coke being imported and cut by teenagers with assault rifles on their backs, but we weren't allowed to film anything. In the end, we couldn't hook up with them because their camp was actually raided by the police a few nights after we were there. The other drug gang we started hanging out with, they said we had to agree not to show their faces and not to reveal too much about the exact locations of things like the lab where they cut their coke. But yeah, it took at least three nights of hanging out all night. I mean, literally 6, 7 p.m. till sunrise before they finally trusted us enough to say, okay, you can get your cameras out. No, I didn't feel safe. I mean, when you first enter a favela that's controlled by drug traffickers, there are no lights or very few lights. You drive through a military-style checkpoint, and on every corner there are teenagers with brand new assault rifles. And they're saying, 2 or 3 gringos have just arrived, shall I let them through? And they eventually let you through. And you meet the drug boss, and he was okay with us. He was friendly, and he said, we were okay to hang out there, but at the end of the day, you're surrounded by armed teenagers who are often drunk, stoned, or high on the coke that they're selling. I felt like at any moment we could say the wrong thing or do the wrong thing, or someone else could say or do the wrong thing, and it could turn nasty. And of course, out there, turning nasty means someone ends up with 20 or 30 bullets in them. And there's an unwritten set of rules there, I think, where if the traffickers do what they do to each other and in their favelas, then often they're left unmolested. If they were to kill a tourist or kill a policeman, then I think they know that the police special forces, the BOPE, would come into their favela and just kill 20 or 30 people at random, which has happened before. BOPE are the police special forces. Their emblem is a skull with a knife through it. Their motto is knife in the skull. They don't care at all what the outside world thinks of them or Rio or favelas. All they care about is, after they've gone through one of the most brutal boot camps in the world, they are one of the most lethal military forces, certainly in Latin America. After they've gone through all that, all they care about is chasing, capturing or killing the bad guys. We met quite a few people who said they were happier to live under drug traffickers than they are now living in a police-controlled favela. When drug traffickers or militias control a neighbourhood, they don't allow petty crime and crimes like domestic violence and rape just don't really happen because the drug traffickers will kill the perpetrators. I'm sure there are lots of other people who are happier not to live in neighbourhoods controlled by armed, high teenagers with assault rifles, but it was surprising how many people were happier to live under the rule of the drug traffickers. I didn't meet anyone in the favelas who was excited about the World Cup or the Olympics. I mean, to be honest, I didn't meet that many people who even talk about it. It just doesn't even register for them. I don't think they think it will affect them at all. There are a lot of people who are angry about the Olympics and the World Cup because they see so much money being spent on stadiums, new roads, bus routes, and no money whatsoever being spent on them. One of the biggest complaints about pacification of the favelas is that while there's a massive focus on getting rid of armed drug traffickers, there is no focus whatsoever on healthcare, sewage, schooling. So I think the poor of Rio, the favela residents feel completely neglected.